All right, we are back with another episode of So Much Pain, where I, Les, also known as Forrest, talk about my pain, process it, talk about how it affected my life, and how I have passed that pain like a blunt. All right, this last episode, part one, I talked about the things leading up to my divorce. I was married for a grand total of 11 years, but legally, we were actually physically together for about four and change. Even during that time, we separated. I think twice, and then yeah, twice. First time I stayed with my grandpa. Second time I stayed with my grandma, and then I went away to the army, and she never came with me. Well, when I came back from Germany, and then I was about to go to Iraq again, I was stationed at Fort Carson. I brought her up to there, and so like I said in the last one, she got pregnant again, and I was like, nah, we ain't finna do this, and so. Um, I went ahead and filed. Fortunately enough, what's crazy is okay. All right, I'm starting to remember a little bit more. It's funny how you tell a story and then you'll remember certain parts. I was I was thinking about getting divorced. I think before I was going to Germany. I can't remember. Yeah, because she was messing around with old dude who she ended up getting pregnant with, and then yeah, but there was the Soldiers Sailors Relief Act or something like that, and where I think you can't get legal action taken towards you when you're out of the United States. And so I wasn't able, because of that, I wasn't able to get divorced. Yeah, especially being in Iraq, wasn't able to get divorced. But me and my mom, met with a lawyer referred by my uncle, who's a doctor. But yeah, he kind of told me about that, and I was kind of counting up the costs too, child support, all that, and yeah. But by the time like that second baby hit, I was like, forget this. Nah, I gotta get my freedom. Like they said, it's cheaper to keep her, but peace of mind is priceless. Remember that, fellas. I'll say it one more again. It is cheaper to keep her, but peace of mind is priceless. And so got my lawyer, black woman. She was out of Chicago, and because my baby mama, she was living in Illinois. That's where we ended up. Yeah, because that's where the kids were. We ended up having to file because she was staying with the dude that she had that other baby with. That is, yeah, he's baby daddy number 3. I'm number 1. Then there's number 2, who she cheated on me with the first time, and then daddy number 3, who she cheated on me with again. Yeah, so had that baby, man. Yeah, because clearly she don't believe in abortion or Plan B. A B with a B. So let me go ahead and go through the process. I think I remember, and fortunate enough for me, I had saved up a lot of money from my deployment. Yeah, I definitely saved up for that one, and so I had to pay $200 for a 1-hour consultation, walk her through, and so she gave me a discount on her retainer. Usually it was $2,500, but because I was military, she cut me a deal, so it was $2,300. And it's just the TV threw me off a little bit, but I'm trying to gather my thoughts. Oh yeah, I thought it was gonna be real simple. I thought it was just gonna be like bam, bam, go through, get this divorce, easy process, maybe 90 days max. I guess I felt how them people did like during the Civil War. He was like, oh, this is gonna be quick. Wrong. But yeah, I paid that $2,300, and it was a fight. Like, it was just so much going on. I guess Michelle didn't like that I blindsided her. I thought that we were supposed to do this thing together, but I'm like, you wouldn't freaking had another baby on me, damn it. And the way you went about it, nah, hell no. I'm petty. Let me go ahead and use my alibi, just like these women be doing, blaming things on the stars and the moons. Hey, I'm a Gemini with a Scorpio moon, so I am double the petty. I guess that's what I've been told. Uh, but yeah, and it was very stressed. That was a very stressful time in my life because I was dealing with army stuff. I had just got back from Iraq, and I wasn't happy at the job, just dealing with all that. And of course, the army be all up in your business. Army be all up in your business. So every time that I had to take days off to go up to Chicago, fly to Chicago for court. I tried to do a lot of stuff over the phone, but some things I had to be there. And even one time I went up there for a mediation and it just fell through. And I was like, man, I didn't even come up here. But fortunately, I had some supportive friends who lived in Chicago, and they allowed me to stay at their place, so I wouldn't have to get a hotel or because Airbnb really wasn't popping like that back then, or have to get transportation. And so, but these are the things like they don't tell you about like divorce and dealing with your lawyer. Like every time you talk to your lawyer over the phone, they're gonna bill you. Every time you email your lawyer, gonna bill you. And that money ran out so quick. And her fee, I think was $200. Yeah, it was $200 an hour. And what I thought was going to be a 90-day divorce ended up turning into it lasting about a year and a half. And I ended up racking up about $10,000 in fees and lawyer fees. And so, fortunately enough, my lawyer, she knew I was going to get paid. She knew exactly when I was getting paid, that Army paycheck. And so, she put me on a payment plan. And I paid when I could, because things got extra stressful. My roommate ended up moving out, and so I had to pay that whole rent by myself. And then also, too, what was going on with the whole child support, so the child support rate for the state of Illinois at that time was 28% of your gross income. How's it? No, net. Yeah, your net income. Gross, net, shit. Damn, I should know this shit. Whatever you got left over. Yes, your net. Yeah, whatever. Y'all can correct me in the comments. But and it's 20% for one child. Dang, God don't even take 20%. Whew, yeah. So I had my lawyer, and then Michelle, she got a lawyer for some service or whatever. She was working with, it was a white dude that she had. And so the initial child support decree was real simple. It was 28% of my base pay, which in the Army you get base pay, and then you get your housing allowance. And the housing allowance isn't taxed. The government don't even touch your housing allowance. And my whole premise was like, the government don't touch my housing allowance. Why should she be able to touch my housing allowance? And that worked initially. And my child support was roughly around $600 a month. And I was still able to live my life and pay my bills and take care of all that. And then the hammer came down, and they were like, nah, homie, we got to include this basic housing allowance. And the reason why I was trying to tell them, and then too, it fluctuates because your housing allowance in one state may differ from another. And Colorado, mine was a decent amount. I don't feel like taking the time to go look up the numbers, but I was making roughly around between $3,500 and $4,000 a month. Even if, I don't know, maybe less, I don't know, because I was a staff sergeant, E6 for the other branches, and then they wanted arrears, they wanted back pay from the time from the original order, and I was like, so my child support doubled, and I was like, and then that was right around the time um my my roommate moved out, and so I had to make sure that I had an allotment for my child support. And anytime I missed a payment, um, the Army did not care. They dragged me into that office. I had a I wanted to beat his ass. But I had this new sergeant major that he would like, "You not take care of responsibilities? You not take care?" I'm like, you don't know the situation. Man, I'm getting triggered. But yeah, I was like, yeah, they did not care the fact that she done had, a whole other baby, and I guess it was like, hey, yo, you picked her, so you got to deal with her. You made the decision, homie. Which, hey, I get it, I understand. Because yeah, she would call up there. She was resourceful. She was gonna make sure she got her money. And the divorce was just stressful, man. Just going anytime you got kids or property, it's not gonna be easy divorce. And so fortunately I had representation, because I know a lot of fellas get hosed because the system is not made for us at all. And you really find out how that other person feels about you when you up in divorce court. And she was up there telling all our business, like, he put his hands on me, he cheated on me, yada, he doing this, he messing around with all these other, yeah, yada, yada. And I was like, well, she's right, but do we need to talk about this out loud? But she was dealing with a lot of mental health stuff as well, and she was coming off as a crazy one in court. But two, also, I had to control my temper, because yeah, my lawyer used to be like, calm down. And so it was a lot of just dealing with that, having to go up to court, and then I was trying to date too, and that, trying to date while you're going on a divorce, I don't know, man. I have my personal views on it. It just comes with added stress. Anytime, like, she would piss me off, my ex would piss me off, I would bring that anger to whatever I was dealing with, or whoever I was dealing with. And so yeah. Then finally got to and the reason why the divorce took so long, because Michelle, she was contesting it and shit, and but finally made it to our final court date. And I had to be there. And I think right around, I got arrested at the front gate of post, because I had an unregistered freaking firearm on me. It wasn't registered to be on post. Oh, my roommate had moved out then. I don't know. Anyways, we're not gonna get into all the details, but yeah. And then so I got arrested, but then I had to go be on a flight to Colorado the next day. So was it that day? Man, all this stuff. I don't know if I made it. Yeah, I ended up getting out late. I missed my flight, and I think I was trying to fly Spirit, and they only had like one flight a day out of Denver. But yeah, I missed my flight, and so I ended up having to ask my parents for money so I can get a flight so I can make it to Colorado. Not Colorado, but make it to Illinois. So I ended up making that flight. Got down there, and it was our final court date. And I don't know because Michelle wasn't showing. I don't think she was showing up to court. Like, I guess my lawyer was like, "Hey, she might not show up to court. We can wrap this thing up. You finally get what you want." Because I think I was trying to get joint custody, which I ain't the parenting type. I'm gonna keep it real. Love you, babies. I love y'all. I miss y'all. I really want to work on our relationship, but I wasn't no parent, man. I'm a coach and a mentor. And but she ended up showing up, and so what I ended up having to do was just settle for joint legal custody, which like just gives you joint legal custody. Don't mean nothing. Like, anytime there's a major decision to be made and y'all can't agree, y'all got to go back to court and go spend more money. And speaking of which, I remember, I'll never forget, in court there was this Marine, and his soon-to-be ex-wife was trying to get his retirement, and I was like, they weren't even married. Like, I was like, he ain't even gonna get retirement. Like, he ain't even And then they ain't been married long enough. Speaking of which, I divorced just in time before 10 years. I was like, if she would have got any of my disability money, ooh, she wasn't in the gym shoot with me. And so, but anywho, and then we were just about everything was going, and it was right there, right. We was about to finalize everything, and then Michelle brought up this $500 debt from when we got a car, and I had to co-sign, ended up using her credit card for the down payment, and she wanted me to pay for it. And the lawyer was, the judge was like, y'all don't got y'all stuff together. Y'all got to get up out my courtroom. And I lost it outside. I was outside. We was at 4th and goal, right there on the 1-0 line. And you fumbled. It's right there at the touchdown. And I was just so dejected. I was so like, all this time, just thinking about all this money I got to pay. And then one of my homegirls where I was staying with her, and she picked me up, and then as we were leaving, got the call from my lawyer. She was like, hey, Michelle came to her senses and she signed the divorce papers. So on October 28th, 2012 is when my divorce was final. And I don't know how my ancestors felt when they got their freedom, but that's how I felt when I got my divorce. And still had to pay that child support, but I was free. I was like, finally, I am free. But lessons learned during that process. If anything, I would have been paying money towards my lawyer fees as things were going while I still had that retainer. Because I still end up having to, of course, I got to pay my lawyer. It took me a little bit while, even after I got out the Army, to pay her back all that whole $10,000. And I just would have paid along the way. And I'm glad I got a good lawyer. I will say, if you get your lawyer, make sure you have an aggressive lawyer. Excuse me. You don't want no passive lawyer. Fellas, do not give her everything. I know, even if you cheat, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I know people are like, I just want my peace. I just give her everything. I give her the house. I give her this, I give her that. No, fight for what you feel is yours and what is right. You don't want to be left out here like with nothing. Out here, got to move back in with your mama because your lady fell out of love, or she done caught you cheating. And so, get an aggressive lawyer. Read up on the system as much as possible, because I wasn't educated at all during that process. And but I'm glad my lawyer stuck around, because after I got out, I wasn't making the same money as before. So I went to, and I was like, I could not pay the child support. And I ended up getting my child support. I wanted to do for a modification. And Michelle was ducking and dodging and stuff like that. My lawyer says that she sent some correspondence, but when it came to do that modification, Michelle didn't show up, and the judge was like, "Hey, yo, when's the last time you seen the kids?" And I was like, "I ain't seen my kids since the divorce." And I think because I got out in January. I think I had that modification in March of 2013. And I ain't seen them since like October 2012. And so the judge was like, hey, we're going to abate your child support. And pretty much what that means, it put a halt to the child support. And she was like, hey, we'll resume this when you get a job or Michelle shows up to court. And she ain't showing up, but she never showed up at court. And even when I got a job, I was like, well, they gonna have to come find me. Hey, it be what it be, man. As I go tell more of the story, I'll tell y'all the money that went in. I paid towards that woman. I do pray for reconciliation. But yeah, So yeah, even because of that whole situation, that stuff ends up on your credit. With the child support, I wasn't able to get a passport. And then when it got abated, it was so frustrating. It was so frustrating dealing with that child support situation because the order was in Illinois, but Missouri was executing it. And even though I had to go back and forth, it was so much calling dealing with that. But finally, it got taken care of. I actually got a refund from the child support people. But it's crazy because every year, well, for a while, even when I was getting a job, I had insurance, I would get a letter from the child support people, state of Missouri, to be like, you got to make sure your kid's on your insurance. And I was like, must be nice. I wish I knew that. I mean, I've had contact with them off and on, and even I moved down to Houston to be closer to them. But then things went south, and yeah, a lot of stuff that me and Michelle never dealt with came to a head, and yeah, we got into it over some parenting stuff. And felt my way, she felt hers, and we couldn't agree, and there was a whole argument and yelling, and I was like, I'm not finna yell, I'm not finna argue with you. So I was like, all right. And unfortunately, since I moved back from Houston to Atlanta, I have not had any contact with my kids. Yeah, I really miss them. I do. I love them. They dope. But hey, it's life. As I've learned, one big lesson I've learned in life is you have these expectations and you want these ideal relationships and situations, but it don't always work out like that. So the best you can do is just maintain your peace, protect your energy, and at least make an effort, with your kids, but you can't force yourself on them. So yeah. All right, in closing, if you got any divorce questions, I'll try to help you as much as possible. I am not a lawyer. I will not give you any legal advice. I will just kind of give you some tips to just kind of keep your head up. One thing I will tell you, fellas, don't make sure she stays alive. That's all I say, because if she goes up out of here, they gonna know it was you. I think that's all I got. Remember, go ahead, hit up BrothazNeedTherapy.org, or you can hit up the Instagram. You can watch the TikTok. Go ahead and get you a shirt, a mug, a button. Get you some merch. I just, like I said, I need all the help I can get. My funds, right now, but I see this. The goal is to touch $1 million. Oh yeah, I'm gonna close out this. The goal is to touch my first $1 million in less than a year, because what I want to do is I plan on giving my baby mama a big old check to make up for that child support that I didn't pay, and then also too, I want to retire my kids. Like, I want to retire my mama. Well, I got to retire myself first, and then I'm gonna retire my mama, and then I'm gonna retire my baby mama, and then I'm gonna retire my kids and just let them focus on their gifts, talents, and abilities. Because my babies are so talented. They are little geniuses. They came from me. Both of them came up out of my nuts. Oh, I miss him, my boy and my girl, man. It's my babies, man. It's my babies, I do. But hey, when one person controls the narrative, and your kids had to see the worst parts of you, I mean, I get it. So, all right. If they ever hear this, I love y'all, babies. I really do. I miss y'all. And that's all I got. Y'all be great. Holla.